Okay. Hello and welcome to IATEFL live chat again. I'm joined with by Maria DIAVATI.
Hello.
Who is presenting at the conference this afternoon, I think it is.
It was yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday. Sorry, my apologies.
No
apologies who presented at the conference. Maria, it's lovely to meet you. Thank you very much for talking to us.
I'm very happy to be here among you.
Can I start by asking, what's your journey? What's your background in ELT?
All right. I have a BA in English Literature, an MA in TESOL, and an MBA in Educational Leadership. And I have been teaching language, English as a foreign language for more than 25 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Don't make me feel that old.
No, it's great. So you have a wealth of experience. Have you been teaching in the same context or have you traveled around?
No, in the same context.
Right. Okay. And you work mainly with secondary or primary?
All ages, all levels, all backgrounds.
Okay. Okay. And is this your first IATEFL conference?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Fantastic. How are you finding it?
I'm really excited. I was planning to come to previous ones, but COVID kind of forced us to put things aside for a while.
But at least you've made it to Belfast.
Yes,
today.
yes, I'm very happy. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, it's been a lovely event, very friendly, absolutely.
Yes.
So you presented yesterday,
right?
And the topic of your presentation was can't even say it, sustainable education.
Yes.
For anybody who's not aware with what that means, could you fill us in a little bit?
Great. That would be a pleasure. So we see sustainable as a word everywhere, and everybody talks about sustainability, and we have sustainable companies and this and that, and we've come to associate the term with something environmental. But this is not it. You see, in 2015, the United Nations came up with 17 global goals for sustainable development, and this is our best plan to avert global catastrophe. Somewhere among these goals, there is one goal that says quality education. So how can we associate sustainability with education? We have to provide our students with the qualifications they need to be fully equipped to live up and be able to deal with the challenges of our era. And although we are language teachers, this does not mean that we have to teach language by segmenting language, teaching grammar rules, and focusing like one text here, one project here. It is something that is more holistic. It is something that is going to give students all the soft skills they need to be able to deal with what's going on around us.
Okay. And where did this impetus come from? I can't imagine that. Well, how long have you been doing this for?
4 years.
For 4 years. So 4 years ago, what was the climate in your context?
All right. 4 years ago, we started, surrounded by lots of fear and uncertainty, we started CLIL in our school. You see, everybody knows CLIL. CLIL is a holistic framework with dual focus, content and language. However, in Greece, they don't use CLIL as a mainstream form of teaching. They CLIL around Europe, but we don't CLIL in Greece. In Greece, our course books have CLIL pages. We call them CLIL showers, a project at the end of the month, a unit for the environment, a unit for technology, and this is it. Very superficial, very shallow, not enough. So what we did 4 years ago was to introduce CLIL courses, but not the courses that we usually CLIL, like history or geography. We introduced CLIL courses that were designed to comply with the sustainable goals. So we have storytelling, because it's a great course for A1 learners for emotional intelligence and cognitive development. But after that, we talked about nature for A1 plus learners, environmental studies. We talked about art, mini MBAs, human relationships. You see, the children have to learn the language, but at the very same time, they have to learn content that is related to their life. And it's not that we are language teachers, we are educators. And our purpose and our goal is to equip them with what they need out there. I mean, the world is changing pretty fast, and we persist in teaching English the way we did 20 years ago or 40. I mean, most of my colleagues teach in the very same way that we were taught when we were students in the very same classrooms. Classrooms have to change too. In the presentation yesterday, I showed some pictures from our classrooms. They have to be gardens, open, vibrant spaces, full of color. We have to change sitting arrangements.
And how was it received?
All right. After 4 years, we have 2 language schools in Athens. After 4 years, we have practiced CLIL, enhanced CLILing, because traditional CLIL is with geography and history and some science. We practiced enhanced CLILing with new courses, virtual reality implemented, and a total change of the classrooms as environment, and to more than 4,000 students. The results are amazing. Our engagement levels have risen. Motivation has increased rapidly. Students are eager to learn. They are able to connect their mental dots. They make sense of what they are learning. They connect prior knowledge to new knowledge, to what's going on out there. Imagine that for our B1 learners, we have mini MBA. They create startup companies. They make advertising slogans. They share business plans. So these teenagers are really excited about it. So, and the most important is that exam success rates in high-stake exams are amazing. So it's a very different route. It's hard. It was very hard and very lots of fear and uncertainty at the very beginning, but we were very happy that we killed that zombie from our classrooms.
Killed that zombie. That's an interesting term. What did it look like in practice? So you designed a course, which meant that you had to think of the syllabus.
Yes.
What did you do with materials? Did you turn to Coursebooks, or did you design your own, or how did that work?
All right. To be on the safe side, let's say that tuition was like 3 or 4 hours per week. We had 1 hour with our course books. So we need to have some kind of balance, because at the very beginning, it was like we were very insecure. The rest of the hours, we were CLILing. We found some things. We asked for help from researchers. We had help from universities. We had help from linguists. So we designed the courses step by step, and we went with the flow. The students had choice, and their choice was our voice. And so this was a collaborative work of many scientists of different fields. You see, for our B1 course, we have food for thought, and we have students explore nutrition, optimum nutrition, in order to make connections with health in their body, in their mind, in their soul. So we have dietitians and doctors, experts to help us on that. For our B1 plus course that has to do with art, we have artists. So you see, in every level, we have experts, and of course, we did a lot of work.
It sounds like if you're kind of starting out.
We followed the CFR. I mean, we didn't do things at random. We said, what is the CFR for that level? Okay, let's make sure that in whatever we teach, we comply with the CFR. And maybe a step further. But this was our basis. But the content was really what excited us all.
Okay.
Yes.
You mentioned virtual reality.
Yes, we are happy.
How did you incorporate that? What did that look like? Did you use it in the classroom? Did you use it outside of the classroom?
No, it was not an outsource. We bought the equipment.
Right.
And whatever we did, first we had enough input. I mean, let's suppose that we did art, and we did not just learn facts about art. I'm very, very against fact-based learning. We explored art as a means of self-expression, but whatever we talked about, we had the opportunity to visit virtually. I mean, we talked about the environment, natural disasters, natural wonders, how men have contributed to both. But whatever we talked about came to life. We had virtual reality field trips and panoramas, and they were fun, and they were engaging, and they were very motivational. And of course, everybody was able to connect knowledge with reality. We cannot visit Gaudi's buildings in Barcelona, but we can definitely walk. fast.
I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it? I think with virtual reality, unless you try it, it's very difficult to describe just how immersive this kind of technology is.
The problem is that to have content, you must make sure that that content is profound.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not enough to say, like, 1 month, let's do art and let's visit that. The other month, let's talk about the environment and let's see that. This is not, it's shallow and it gives limited understanding. And of course, it's not enough for the students to understand the complexity of our world.
Mm-hmm.
So we explored a course per year, a topic per year, and gave them enough input for them, for their cognitive development, for their emotional intelligence, for their academic brilliance, so as to be able to explore all perspectives.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And can I ask, in terms of the research, how did you measure it? How was it based on observation? Obviously, the exam results showed you that
it was a combination. It was a combination. You see, there is enough research in every field separately.
Mm-hmm.
CLIL has been researched enough. CLIL is out there from the 80s or 90s, but CLIL dates back to the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very old. We just rediscovered it. So virtual reality is out there too. It has been researched. The sitting arrangement and the environment and how the environment contributes to maximum learning output is researched. So what we did was not to invent something new. We don't have time to invent. The world is changing very fast. That would take years. But we rediscovered, we connected dots, we researched, and we had the CFR. And it was a combination of research. It was a combination of students' measurements and how they progressed, success rates, and feedback we got. And of course, we used that approach to more than 4,000 students. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's
a lot.
Statistically significant,
Yes.
with 4,000, I think.
The greatest difficulty is to train the teachers,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because we are like very comfortable in our comfort zone. The teacher's book has kind of amputated us all.
Well, so this is probably one of my final questions.
Yes.
How, if somebody is interested in
Yes.
going down the sustainable education route, how can they get started? Because from what you've said, there's so many things to think about, and it does seem like quite a lot of work. Have you got any advice, basic steps that anyone who's interested
Yes.
could take?
Close the student's book, burn the teacher's book. And of course, focus on content, get the students out of the classroom, or bring life into the classroom, because education is connecting the dots and preparing learners to think, not to give them facts. And they want to think about what's happening out there. And the world is pretty different. I mean, it's not, and by saying pretty different, it's not necessarily pretty. So you see, they need different, our students need different skills. We might as well give them. We have to retool ourselves. I just finished my MBA. It's the second MBA I have. And I'm about to embark on a PhD, and it's a journey without end.
Okay. Yeah, lovely. Thank you very much. So if anyone's thinking of trying it, all the best. And
Yes.
Maria is the person to contact about this,
Yes.
leading the way here.
My pleasure. Yes, yes, of course. All the help if someone needs advice or how to start.
Lovely.
Yes.
Okay. Maria, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you. I'm very excited. This is an amazing event. I will see you all next year.
Looking forward to it. All the best. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.
Thank you.